I let you into the bathroom.
That's right.
You what, into the bathroom?
All right. You couldn't get into the bathroom.
Ready?
Oh.
Headsets. Close that door.
How many times have, that you know of, has your name, your real name ever been put on the air?
Well, I told Regis Philbin what it was the other day on.
Oh, you're on the,
Yeah,
Which one?
ask me about. I mean, you know, get into.
I think so.
Because there's a whole. I have a whole philosophy of. The philosophy of life.
okay, by Meatloaf.
That's not. It's the philosophy of Meatloaf's life, not anyone else's.
That's a great name though, Marvin Lee a Day.
For what?
For you, for.
It's a great name for a librarian.
That's a great name for a radio personality.
I'll remember that then. If I go to radio.
If I ever get tired of using my name on the air, I'll use your name.
Hmm.
I'm going to start, but take your sips, and I'd rather have you not drink wine.
Okay.
Because it's going to be too distracting.
Make it quick. Okay. Well, can I just like?
We'll stop and
No. Okay. Can I just set it there for comfort? Okay. Thanks. I won't drink. Look at you doing. Is this what you normally do, or is this like today? They just have you over here.
I got promoted. So.
You did? Congratulations. You're now wearing a headset. You get the next promotion. You get the other earphone.
Yeah.
That comes in a year when he gets a week vacation.
That's good. And they give you a real mic instead of that thing that's hanging down over your.
Yes. Oh, can you hear me?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Mm.
Hello?
Is that all right, Nick?
Yo.
Why'd you call me? You did. I don't do that. That's a fallacy. Radio
What is it?
personalities.
Ground
don't do that
control to Major Tom. What am I doing with these pieces of paper? He asked me that a while ago, too. Well, here we are.
shit. Oh, that's
You guys getting commands, huh, to move these cameras around and stuff, right?
Mm. Where the hell is it?
Worrying.
I'm ready when you are.
That's an older shot. Yes?
Yeah.
I want to make sure camera fans are
Do
off.
they have the new shot?
That's what they gave me. It's an older shot.
Turkeys.
I knew it was an older shot.
The new one's great.
Where is it?
Can I see that picture?
I don't know. I haven't seen
Sure.
it.
Want to get it autographed? I know the guy. I'll give you an autograph.
You used to be in charge of what?
Press and stuff. You sign films, right? I used to run the mailroom, so we the ones that people that send out what you press.
Oh. Do you have any of the new pictures?
Did you send this to me?
You got new pictures?
I think we did. I have no.
With me sit with a. I'm wearing a little tie.
Yeah, I'm gonna. When we finish this, I'll go find out.
If you didn't, I want to know why. I did this whole thing for these 8x10s.
No, we're
Tell them
supposed.
record
We're
company.
supposed to go out. Like if you got new pictures.
Talk about
your
the-
management
Did you get
Okay, guys, settle down. We're ready to go.
posters? You got posters? I'm sure you got those
Okay, I got
posters.
two openings.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Hello, my name is Al Bandiro, talking with Meatloaf. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Al. You look exactly like you do when I see you on television. You look the same as you do now.
Try that again. Hell.
What?
He did say Al.
I said Al.
Sounded like hell in here. Hi, hell.
Oh, okay.
Well, how the hell do you know? Oh, okay. Here we go.
Hello, my name is Al Bandiro, talking with Meatloaf. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Al. You know, you look exactly the same in person as you do on television, too. I want you to know that. You look great.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Al Bandiro, talking with Meatloaf. Welcome to Night Flight.
Good night. No, good day, Al. Hi, Al. Let's do that one again, okay? Okay, my turn.
Hello, my name is Al Bandiro, talking with Meatloaf. Welcome to Night Flight.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you for coming down.
You're welcome.
You lost
Down
a lot of
where?
weight down
where?
here.
Down here.
Down
Thank
to
you
the
for coming
studio.
down here.
You lost a lot of weight the
I
last
did.
time
I did. I lost 72 pounds. Yesterday I ate this pizza because I went into this terrible thing. I think I gained about 6 back yesterday. So.
Well, congratulations. You look good.
Congratulations on gaining the 6 back or losing the 72 to start with.
Well, good
losing
luck.
the 72. You're welcome. Thank you.
Good luck with your new album, Midnight at the Lost and Found.
We need it.
Where'd you come up with the title from that?
Midnight at the Lost and Found. That's the whole concept of the album is really Midnight at the Lost and Found. Lost and Found is a bar, and what we did was we pictured what it would be like in a bar, not like a singles bar, but like a normal kind of bar at midnight, and the characters that you would find inside a bar at a particular hour, like 2 hours before closing.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out, and it sort of progresses itself to what it is. So there's, in the song Minute Lost and Found, then we just set up individual characters within the song, but each person is in this bar has his own little set of problems, and they're all either, broken up with their girlfriend or their girlfriend's deserted them. And there's one song on the record that nobody's ever gotten, and it's a song called Keep Driving. And the truth of the matter is that there's a guy in New York City who's actually lost a person. And it's called Keep Driving. And nobody has ever got the joke. I mean, it's like, I guess the humor is like either too subtle or not funny, one of the two. But the song is about a person who actually, like, he came to New York. It's like, you remember that movie with Jack Lemmon and where they came to New York and they lost everything? Yeah, the out-of-towners.
Right.
Well, this guy came to New York and he lost the person he was with. And it's a song called Keep Driving. It goes, the lyrics, another New York waltz at 4 a.m. in the canyons lost at night. The city's just a jail for me, full of high. And it goes on. He goes, and oh, Lord, she looks so pretty, and it goes, keep driving, let the meter run, keep driving. I got to find someone. I mean, it's like, that's what the basic, the thing was, and nobody got it. Everybody thought it was and the critics have read into it like, because I've had, was into the legal problems for the last 2 years, the critics took it as if, this is another sad story by Meatloaf. He's trapped inside these city walls. I mean, it was like, I'm going, where did this guy come up with this stuff? And it's real funny, but that's what it was. This guy was in this bar until 4 a.m. in the morning trying to figure out where he left this person. Did I leave her at Macy's? Gimbals. We were at Bloomingdale's at 3 this afternoon. What happened to her?
When one thinks of Meatloaf, you have to think of Bat Out of Hell.
You do have to think of Bat Out of Hell. I always think of Bat Out of Hell.
That's one of the biggest selling albums in contemporary music. And reading about it, 3 times platinum in the United States. But let's define platinum for some of our viewers now. Platinum is 1 million selling albums.
Million-selling album. It may be 4 million by now. You never know because it continues to sort of sell.
12 times platinum in Canada, 10 times in Australia, 5 times in Holland, 3 times in the UK.
That's impressive. You read
around 33 million copies.
No. Well, okay. Now you've reached too far. Okay, platinum in the United States. If you want to really define it.
Yeah. Stop taking me. They're having some kind of technical problem upstairs.
Well, it certainly.
Excuse me, sorry guys, it's going great. We just had a technical problem inside. No big deal.
We had Albie Galutin, who does all the synthesizers for the Bee Gees. The one song that I was going to really kick and produce blow up like the other albums was Razor's Edge, and we had this whole pounds of. I mean, it's going to go to another 24 track and come back to us on Razor's Edge. This whole synthesizer string with backward cymbals going and air things on Razor's Edge, and it was really like cool. And they just said, no, it's done. We had done a rough. That's a rough mix of Razor's Edge that was going to Albie Galutin. That's on the record. They just because we were fighting over material, and they just said, okay, well, fine, you do what you want, but we're not paying for it anymore.
You get to a point like that. Answer the question. Maybe.
You're on, Al. Why don't you start for real?
Where are we going from? We going from the top?
No, just anywhere you want to pick up, like your last question.
Let's do that from Bat Out of Hell. All right.
Okay.
When the word Meatloaf comes about, you have to think Bat Out of Hell.
I do.
Okay. That's one of the biggest selling albums in contemporary music. 3 times platinum in the U.S., 12 times in Canada, 10 times in Australia. List goes on. 5 times in Holland and 3 times in the UK. That's 33 million copies around the world.
No, okay, because in the United States, see, it varies from country to country what a platinum record is. In the United States, a platinum record is you get one for every million sales.
Right, okay.
The UK, I think, is more than 3 times platinum. They do a pound value. It's they do pound values. We sold that is over 1 million records in the UK, over 1 million records in Canada, 500,000 in Australia. I mean, and then Holland, it's like holds this record, you know, and 750,000 in Holland, which is like the one next to it is Deborah Harry record at 236,000, a Blondie record, I mean.
Yeah.
And no, it was running that year. That was the year of Saturday Night Fever. So and Rumors had just come right behind it. So
Well, you knocked Saturday Night Fever soundtrack off the top.
we did knock sound, yeah, in a lot of places. And Stigwood was like going beside himself. In Australia, we knocked him out of #1.
Yeah.
They'd been there for 10 weeks, and we came in and just bumped him right off. Like and he went completely nuts. You know, it was funny because you know in America, you know, like. I remember, like, in '78, the PLJ poll in New York, you know, had Bad at #2 and the Bee Gees at #1 and refused to play the Bee Gees, which was like a real hysterical kind of situation. And I always find that I never have understood the programming demographics and
That would probably be just under format.
yeah, well, that's what I'm
Saturday
saying.
Night
But
Fever,
I have never understood that because if in today's market they would probably play it.
Absolutely.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like never makes any sense because I don't think you know because they go programmers. So I'm going to get off on a tangent here. Programmers they always make these phone calls and play people pieces of music and da 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 da. Well, see, to me, intellect. The feelings of people they don't change. You know, I'm not saying this right, but it's like the emotion levels of people are always the same, and that's what rock and roll music or any kind of music reaches for. It'll make you happy if you're crying. It can make you sad if you're happy.
Yeah.
In other words, it's like music is almost like going to a psychiatrist or to go into therapy. Whatever you want to feel or whatever you want to get out of, you can reach out and grab a hold of some music and get it from it. And that's what it is. And I have, you know, if I was running a radio station, I think I'd throw it all up into the wind, and I think I would get probably huge ratings because I think you can just about play anything and get away with it. I'm not saying I'm going to play Frank Sinatra and Johnny Mathis on a rock and roll station, but I'm speaking rock and roll stations. You
Contemporary music.
Contemporary, yeah.
So you could put a Michael Jackson next to a Meatloaf.
Absolutely, you know, and when you because Michael Jackson, you know, to me, I'll tell you, Michael Jackson. There is entertainment, and then there's Michael Jackson. I mean, Michael Jackson is a superior entertainer, artist, whatever you want to call it. I don't like the word artist necessarily, but unbelievable, you know, and for people not to recognize talent as talent is like it's a shame. You know, and to say, oh, well, Michael Jackson doesn't fit over here with Van Halen,
well, you know
I disagree.
Well, you're right, but I think it is the way that the public receives.
I know
the publicity.
you were an old radio guy, Al.
Yeah, because it's the way that what
no,
radio
it's the way the
station
public
format?
has been. It's the way the public has been told to perceive.
Exactly. Michael Jackson, if you're going to put him, I guess, as far as John Doe, the listener's concerned, as a black entertainer, and he's not crossover, which is not true. Which is not true. Okay. But yet he comes out with something like "Beat It," and the AOR stations are playing it across the country.
That's like saying Bruce Lee can't act because he knows karate.
Right. But that's the way that the public is taught.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's like this certain education of the public, and I disagree with it on a lot of hands. You know, I mean, but they go into this. I was once told by a program director that the kids that listen to her stations are totally different than any kids anywhere else in the world.
That's what every radio station says.
Well, they either got a large ego or they're playing. These radio programs got this large ego, or else they're playing to like the mental ward at in some. I mean, okay, fine. You're playing to guys with lobotomies. I'll buy that.
Okay.
You know.
From 1977, what I want to get at.
Go ahead. You can get
what
at
I call
it. I don't know why I went
Mr.
off
Loaf
on
or
that.
Meat or what? We call you Meat for short.
Yeah, I'll tell you what my wife calls me.
Well, can we? Yeah, go ahead.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. Okay.
But if you call me that or anybody calls me, I'll break your leg,
Okay.
man.
Well, let's get back to Meatloaf then. Leave your wife for Fluffy. 1977. That was a tremendous album. A lot of money. A lot of money was made on that album.
Yeah, too bad it wasn't mine. It took 7 months to break that record. No, I'm serious. I mean, you know, it's like people have this thing of entertainers and things. If you're famous, you have money. Well, I know a lot of people that are famous that don't have any money, and I mean, it's like, okay, I'm not unemployed, and I'm not living in the ghetto, and I'm glad for that, and I'm able to pay the bills and pretty much do what I want to do. But I'm saying it's like wealth and fame don't necessarily go hand in hand. Long time fame and wealth seem to do very well together, though.
Because you're talking about before, when things are put into the paper, they had papers all over the country that you were broke.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Broke are
papers that I have read, they had you that
Oh,
and I
yeah.
said, wait a minute now, and there you go. What you just said is that had a hell, millions around the country have bought the album. He had to get his share on the album. Where did the money go?
Well,
how did performers turn around and?
Well, I can. First of all, I'll tell you, I spent $1 million. I lost $1.4 million on a tour, breaking the record. I was out for a year, and you got when you first start, you go like into New York, into the premier club at that time was the Bottom Line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Bottom Line doesn't pay you to go play there. You basically pay the Bottom Line to let you play at the premier rock and roll club in New York.
Clear that up for the viewers, because they have this thing where they think they pay you to go, play.
No, there's a lot of, when you first start out, when bands first start out, record companies and people like that, they have tour support, and tour support means that you're going out on tour and you're not making any money, and somebody's got to pay for it, and it can't be you because you don't have any money to pay for it with. So record companies will back you and think, because like going into the Bottom Line, for example, I think we went into the Bottom Line. I think they did. I think they paid me $200 a show. I did, so it was $800 for 2 days.
This is while Bat was out.
Yes, it was like $200 for a show. Now, $200 may be paid for the beer the guitar player drink.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's about where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you figure you do like 7 months of that, you've lost quite a bit of money, because
what about the big?
How much does the Holiday Inn cost, or even the $6 a day motel? Down in Memphis when you go down on Route 66, it's $6 a day, and you got 12 guys with you. Hey, okay.
Well, what about when you play at places like the Garden or the Nassau Coliseum?
Well, yeah, when you play there, I mean, when you're into that, you can make money, but also to get there, you have to sell
Promote
a certain
your
amount of
album.
records, and you have to promote your record, and it takes a while to do that, my records have never been accepted on the face value of them as a record as of yet. My records have been accepted on the strength of the material written by Jim Steinman, or in this case written by whoever, and the strength of the shows that we do live. And that was the situation. For that record to break, it took me 9 months on the road to break that record.
So are you saying that the company's looking at you not now as a moneymaker at that point? On your album?
No, it took 9 months. Bad Out of Hell took forever, and I don't think the record company can deal with it again on that level. It was a very hard record to break.
Did they make money on the album?
Oh, the record company?
Yeah.
I would say their profit margin on Bad Out of Hell was probably $10 to $20 million. My profit margin on Bad Out of Hell was about $1.98.
Then I've got to ask you this question. Maybe it'll sound silly now because of what you've just answered. Why are you in the business?
I like it.
Aren't you in the business to make money?
I'm crazy.
Don't you want to make money?
You know what? I'm like, do I want to make money? That has never been my point of being in this business, was to make money. When I did a lot of theater early, and I was in rock and roll for 7 years before I did theater. I started in '65 in a rock and roll band out of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't go in it then to make money, because we sure didn't make any money. I mean, I lived in the back of I had a 59 Buick. I lived in the back of a 59 Buick and out to the side of a club in Huntington Beach, California. That's where I lived. I lived there like 7 days a week, and we worked in there 4 nights.
Paying the dues.
Yeah, so I mean, but that was okay. I mean, it was no big deal. It was like, it seemed like, okay, hey, this is fun, camping out in the back of my car. And then we did. During that period of time in the middle '60s and late '60s, we opened to every rock and roll band that you can imagine. We never opened to the Stones, the Beatles, or the Jefferson Airplane. Anybody else that you can possibly think of.
Name some of them.
Oh, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the Fugs, the Who, Jimi Hendrix, Cream, endless. New York Rock and Roll Ensemble, Dr. John, Edgar Winter, Johnny Winter, Ted Nugent, MC5, Bob Seger, Motown, Rare Earth, just B.B. King. It's just endless, whatever you can think of. From Taj Mahal, Janis Joplin, 2 or 3 times.
Your sweat goes into an album of promoting it around the road, and the record company makes millions and millions. And
that's the name of the game. And then, it's real funny. Record companies then
spread the money around a little bit.
Well, it's like a perfect example to me of how people react to things. Billy Joel, who's a friend of mine, had 3 albums in a row that sold about 5 million apiece.
Mm-hmm.
Nylon Curtain came out, which is a great record, which is a very good record. And the first thing they said to him, they said, "You don't have any singles here." And Billy said, "What do you mean? Of course I got singles here." And so now, I don't know, at one point, about 6-7 months ago, it was $1.8 million. It's probably well over $2 million now. Mm-hmm. But they didn't consider that to be successful because it didn't do $5 million like the others. And then they relate to it on different it's like a total, they're in it for the business. And they're in it to market each thing as it goes along. Example, Bat did, it's estimate, I don't know how many Bat finally sold, but some between 10 and 12 million records Bat Out of Hell sold. Dead Ringer comes along, the next record, and does about 2. Now, to me, I was absolutely beside myself with that kind of sales on a record. I was like thrilled. I'm going, because it's it's real hard to sell 12 million records every time. And I'll tell you what, if you can sell 2 million records every time, I'm in heaven because what that allows me to do is to do what I love, and what I love to do is play live. That's what I do, and that's what I am. I'm a live performer and always have been, and that's where I reach out and touch someone. Jeez, I can't believe I used that line. I don't believe it. Reach out and touch that, but that's where I'm going to say it again. That's where I touch. That's where I come to life.
Well, besides,
and that's what it enables me to do. That's what because that's where it is. It's like they pay they put the money down, and okay, guys, you put your money down, and I'm going to work.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
And they make their money.
Sometimes I make money live.
And because of Bat, you had some personal problems too. You were not well for a while.
Oh yeah, because I toured too long, and then I stopped for too long, and then when I went back, it's like I lost it. And everybody now is second, because we had an album originally called Bad for Good that was the follow-up to Bat Out of Hell. And the guy I was working with, Jim Steinman, who I can still consider I worked with Jim Steinman, even though I didn't on this record. I don't know. We never had a fight, and we never split up, and nothing. I think we will again work together. It's just one of the, it's just like this thing.
What happened that you didn't get together on the album?
Well, there was a lot of problems internally. In other words, we had the same manager. Then I left my manager. He sued me. Then the manager got Jim to sue me, and Jim was a victim of circumstances. And then I had to countersue Jim, and it was like, that's been the problem for the last year, is the lawsuits between me and Jim. Although we talk on the phone, and he was in London, I was in London, we talk on the phone, we talk here on the phone, we are in, communication is open, and it's not, I don't hate him, and he doesn't hate me. In fact, I rather like him. He's one of my good friends.
Yeah.
And it's just victims of circumstances, and when I got sued, everybody, see, there's 2 things. A man named Steve Popovich once told me about, there's a bug in here. Steve Popovich said to me, in the rock and roll business, always remember this. This is before Bad hit. He said, people have what they call amnesia. which means that everyone takes credit for everything and forgets how it really happened. In other words, if you ask, Bat Out of Hell, for example, if you ask 20 people who broke Bat Out of Hell, I can give you names of 20 people. If you say, who broke Bat Out of Hell? They'll go, oh, I did. And
You're talking about radio stations.
I'm talking about people all across the board, from radio, from
promotion people,
to radio stations. Oh, I was the first station to play it. To the promotion people. Oh, I was the one. I believed in it all along.
Right.
I was the one who did it. To these people.
And
then another guy who I really admire is a distributor named Lenny Silver, and he has a motto: it doesn't matter who gets the credit as long as the job gets done. And that is my motto. Now, if you ask me, are you the one who broke Bat Out of Hell? I'm going to look at them and say, no. I was a member of this little thing that happened, this little catalyst, and we rolled the dice, and we came up 7 on that particular roll. And, there was a little luck involved. There's some talent involved. There's being in the right place at the right time. Then for the last couple of years, I've been in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's how it comes and goes. It goes around. I've been in the business for 18 years. And I've seen myself go and come, go and come, go and come. And
what does that do to your mind when you're moving? Bat Out of Hell.
Fucks you up. That's what it does.
I'm talking about you're smoking. I mean, you're running with Bat Out of Hell. Every time you turn the radio on, Bat Out of Hell. There's a cut off the out. All of a sudden, because of the press too, whatever it does to you, and like you said, everybody wants you to sell 12 million albums every time you're out of the can.
And everybody wants to not only they want you to sell, but everybody
expects you to
judges you, but judges you by Bat Out of Hell. In other words, doesn't sound like Bat, must not be as good. How in the hell
what does that do to your mind though? Now somebody says, well, this is not as hot as Bat Out of Hell.
I'm telling you, you second guess yourself to death.
Do you want to say, I can't take this anymore?
Yeah, I did that yesterday. As a matter of fact, I was screaming, I can't take this anymore. But then an hour later, I pulled out and said, they go, well, what do you want to do? I said, I want to work. So, that's where that's at. Because this Midnight at the Lost and Found, they've had me second guessing for about 2 months now. Because everybody says, well, it sounds different than all the other records. I said, well, it was supposed to. Well, it doesn't sound like Bat Out of Hell. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be different than Bat Out of Hell. But it's got the elements of Bat. It's got the surprises in there. It's got the little double hooks. It's got the little noises. It's got little Beatles harmonies stuck in here. It's got the things you discover inside of it. Because that's what we do. We it's like, it wouldn't be any fun if everything was laid out to you. I mean, it's no fun. It's no fun for me, and I don't think it's any fun for an audience. So, I put these little treasures inside of it, these little surprises, and then you listen to it and you go, the Beatle things,
You gave there's a lot of people that you sort of gave starts to in the business, if you want to label something.
I don't know. But I didn't really give
I don't want to put a
anybody.
label on them. But
I know who you're talking about. Ellen Foley, Carla DeVito, Jim Steinman. But they're all talented people. And I don't really consider, maybe they gave me a start too, I mean, we work together as a team. All these people that you're talking about, there's 4 and there's probably more. Rory Dodd's in there. There's 4 or 5, I don't know how many people are in Rory Dodd, but he's he's making a lot of money. And they're all talented people on their own right. And we all were sort of together. So I don't necessarily look at it. I gave them a start. Maybe they gave me a start. Maybe their talent combined with mine, and we all sort of did it together.
There's also the other side of you. Besides recording, you were making movies.
I love doing film.
Brody?
I really like doing anything because, and some people always say, well, he's not rock and roll. He's not rock and roll. Like, I went on a Regis Philbin show and I cooked here in Regis Philbin, who used to be the co-host with Joey Bishop years ago.
Yeah.
He has a show in New York and it's called The Morning Show. And he has this cooking segment. And I went on with Regis Philbin cooking segment and I cooked barbecue brisket, right? Now people would say, oh, what is that? That's not rock and roll. Well, I cooked barbecue brisket rock and roll style. I mean, it's like rock and roll is a state of mind. It's a rock and roll is in your heart.
Right.
And I mean, I did Shakespeare. And when I walked on stage, these people thought I was crazy, these Shakespearean actors. They thought I was nuts. They go, what is he doing here? But I walked on and I did Shakespeare and I did it from a rock and roll, from that kind of energy. I mean, from the, they hear of the Detroit energy, right? I did Shakespeare with the Motor City rock and roll energetic drive, the Mitch Ryder, the Ted Nugent, the MC5, man, that kind of stuff, man. And that's what rock and roll is. Rock and roll is not, screaming and blowing up bombs, man. Rock and roll is here and here. and that's where it is. And I'm going to, this is a promise. Now this gets me angry.
Okay,
this
do
gets
it.
me riled
Go,
up.
mate, go.
Anybody who ever wants to question me, rock and roll, I wish they would come to my face and say it to my face, and then find out if I'm not. Because, you know, damn, I'm more rock and roll than half the people that even know, that just go out and walk around and say that they are. You know, because I've been doing this for so long, and everything I've ever done is like got that energy, and that's what rock and roll is. It's an energy and a feeling, and it carries the emotions, and it tells you stories, and it takes you, and it does this, and yeah.
You've been up,
Okay,
you've been
now.
down. All right, you finished?
Okay.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, you've been up, you've been down, you've been all around. If you had anything to do over again, what would you do?
Nothing.
You do everything exactly the same?
What is he doing?
I have no idea. He's crawling up my leg. You should be...
Come on over here. Come on. Oh, he wants to talk about the movies. So what I had,
we just did talk about the movies.
We'll talk about the movies in 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. You asked me if
you had it to do all over again, because of what you've learned from Bat Out of Hell, and when people
No.
said, yeah, he's great, and the next day, well,
you know,
we
there's
don't
a
know
lot
about
of Monday morning quarterbacks, and for people who don't know what a Monday morning quarterback is, I'll give you a brief
Right.
explanation. It's after watching the football game on Monday, saying, "Oh, they should have thrown the pass there." You know, they're second guessing. They're telling you what it should have been, and they're not there to start with. The only thing that ever happened that people have always said is that I should have sung Bad for Good, and I would say, okay, this is probably right. But if I'd have sung Bad for Good, I may have never survived, because I was at an emotional state where if I would have, I think success may have been too much, and I might have wound up floating face down in some river or something. And I mean, it was that was that close. So no, I wouldn't have done it again. I wouldn't change anything, because I like who I am and what I am now.
What did you learn
What did I learn?
from your experience?
I'm hoping I learned not to get ripped off anymore. But that's the part of the. See, because I mean, you know, it's like I got taken and I got ripped off, but that's the story of any artist that does anything. I mean, you can go down. The only person that I don't know that maybe never get ripped off is Bob Seger, because he's been with Punchy Andrews for a long time, and him and Punch are real good friends. And I know, you know, and so maybe, I don't think, but Seger may have been ripped off by club owners or guys ripping off his equipment, but I'm talking inside, that kind of thing. But all the way from Bruce Springsteen to Tom Petty to, you know, you name it. I mean, if you've been in the business as long as these people have, you know, people take advantage of you.
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later,
Yeah.
and there's just nothing you can do about it, because your job as what we do is to sing or play guitar and try to be creative and try to do your job. That's your job, and you have to have faith and trust in the people around you that they're doing theirs. And there's no way that you can, you know, people come to me and go, well, if I'd have been doing it, you wouldn't have been. And I said, how in the hell do I know that? You could be ripping me off, you know, because it's just who I am. So, but that's part of the game, you know, but I don't think there's any way to ever stop it. You just deal with it. It's just part of it.
Well, you're on tour now.
Oh yeah, I'm on
And,
tour. I haven't been on tour in a year now.
You have
And
about a couple of weeks left in the States, and then you're going abroad, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going overseas?
Overseas. You know, I got my paper. Here we go. Overseas. Okay, here we go. No problem. Well, we're doing the Donington Rock and Roll Festival out in northern England.
Okay.
And then we're into Spain and Madrid. Spain and Madrid. Boy, good. Into Spain and Italy. And doing the Nuremberg Festival in Germany, and then other dates in Germany, and then Oslo, Helsinki, you know, doing the whole
Before you
thing.
go there, you're playing Beverly Hills.
Oh, yeah, we're going. The last 3-4 dates here, if anybody's around for them, are in, well, I'll give them to St. Louis, and then Denver in the end of August, and then L.A. at the Beverly Theater in Beverly Hills. And it's, where's the camera? Which red light's on? Give me a red light. Which one? Wave your hand. Who's on? There you are. Okay. Now, for any of those people out there in the L.A. region, the reason we're playing the Beverly Theater is because it's very easy to find. You see, it's in Beverly Hills, and everybody can find that because Giorgio's is there in those places, and everybody knows those from the Beverly Hills game, right? Okay. And it's on Wilshire Boulevard, so it's an easy location to find. And then right after that, we go to Phoenix, Mesa, Arizona they have a Mesa Canyon thing, which is like a real neat place to play, and we'll be there. And then we go overseas.
Any
we'll be there for a while.
movies coming up?
No movies. I'm really been into the where I did the record, and then I'm dying to go on tour, and I'm coming right back to do another record. I mean,
You're going to go in the studio again, right?
immediately as soon as we finish. And I'm going to be playing. What I want to do is like what Foreigner did on the last thing is like they played on weekends and recorded during the week, so that I don't want to ever. I want to just take this momentum on through itself. Because I've really put together, you know, it takes a long time to put together the right band. You know, I mean, years ago I had a great band, and then I didn't do it for about 5 years there. And so then it takes a long time, you know, to put together a great band. And I got a band now that's really good, so I want to really like keep them together and keep working so that we.
You don't find that too much pressure, though?
No.
Recording and then touring or whatever you have to do?
No. Now what does he want to know about?
Oh, they want me to ask you about Debbie Harry. And Rhodey.
Debbie, she was wonderful. Debbie Harry was unbelievable. It's like she was, you know, I'm sort of, I know it's probably hard to visualize here because I'm on an on situation. Shy. I am shy. I'm basically scared to death of people.
Okay.
You know, I'm not scared to death of crowds like when I'm on stage. Like the more the merrier. But in a situation like walking into some place or, you know, like when I came into the front door here today, there was 2 girls sitting there and I went, and I was like, I froze for a minute. I go, hi, you know. And so it's like I get real shy. So whenever I meet somebody that's like famous, like Debbie Harry or
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor. Oh, geez. Well, I had a few beers when I met Elizabeth, so I wasn't too shy there. Elizabeth Taylor or whatever, you know. Or I remember, I met Diana, Bob Hope. I met Bob Hope. I was like petrified, and I find it real difficult to talk to people. Well, Debbie is sort of the same way. So me and her, like, sort of, because we both felt we were kind of shy. It's like, oh, we just started to talk, and she was unbelievable, you know. Another person that was really great that I was was Cher, because me and you were earlier.
Yeah, we were talking
Cher.
about that in the dressing room before.
But
because
they want
that
to know
was
more about Debbie Harry. Do you want to know more about Debbie Harry?
No, let's talk about
Okay.
Cher too. We said hello to Debbie Harry.
Okay.
Let's talk about Cher. Now that was a great cut off the album. The video was excellent, and I turned around to other people when I was viewing it and say, "How come this wasn't released in the United States?" And your answer in the dressing room
My
was?
answer was the radio didn't think Cher was right for their audience.
Meatloaf.
Well, for
the
their
Meatloaf
audience.
image.
For Meatloaf image, for the top 40 image, she was too this, she was too this, and little did they know that she is an unbelievably talented lady. Which has that's just where it sort of sits in my stomach. Not for me, I don't really care, but I'm just saying to tell somebody that we can't play the record because Cher's on it. What the hell are they talking about? If the girl can sing the song and the song is good, it makes no difference what the image is. The bottom line is it right? You know, the song was good, the mix was good, the vocals were good, and it wasn't like it wasn't a proven song. It was #1 in England. It was top 10 in Europe as a single. The video won the best video of the year award in Europe. And you know, and for people to go, oh, Cher is not our demographic. Give me a break.
Did the record company give you a push on it here?
No, the record company didn't want to put it out either. I'm angry about that.
So you were dead both ways, airplay and promotional-wise.
Yeah, you know, the record company didn't want to put it out. Well, that was one reason, is because then the publishing company, I'm digging nails here, boy. The publishing company was trying to hold the record company up they have this sync license rights for this thing, you know. But Cher was magnificent, you know, and I mean, we did get some gold records for the single, so that was great. She's got a few gold records hanging on her wall for Dead Ringer for Love, and that's wonderful. At least it was recognized in some places where people are a little more open.
Backtrack just a little bit, because we should tell the people when you were talking about Elizabeth Taylor, that was Wolf Trap. Especially
Wolf Trap, they keep giving you notes.
Yeah,
this is great.
Because
Wolf Trap was so bizarre.
What was that all about? Because on the top of the invitation I saw, the first thing I saw, well, we're going to do Meatloaf, okay. And it said the President and Mrs. Reagan. I said, wait a minute. Now, how did this get hooked up with Meatloaf? How did you get involved with that?
My manager, he's got a real sense of humor. His name's Bob Ellis. And he used to manage Billy Preston and Shaka Khan and Diana Ross and Ronnie Wood and he has a real sense of humor, old Bob. So Bob saw this thing, and he says, look, they've invited you to come down and be on the bill with Ben Vereen and Sammy Davis Jr. and Bob Hope and Elizabeth Taylor and
Paul Williams,
and Paul
Sammy
Williams.
Davis Jr., right?
Oh, yeah. And I said, what do you mean they've invited me to come and do these? He says, yeah, they want you to come and play the Capitol Center in Maryland for this thing, Wolf Trap. I said, what am I going to do with these people? You know, he goes, you're going to do what you do. I said, what? I'm going to go sing Bat Out of Hell?
What
He
did
said,
you
that's exactly right. You're
Did
gonna
you
go
sing Bat Out of Hell?
Absolutely.
Did you look right in the face of the president while you were singing that?
No, he wasn't there. He chickened out. No, but I'm telling you, it was wild. They had 10,000 seats, $1,000 seats in this place. And these people were decked out in front of me in these $1,000 seats, man, in diamonds this big, right? And these gowns and everything. And I, like I said, it'd been a while between sound check and the time I went on. I had a few beers. And I was loaded for bear. And I went out there, man, and I went out to the audience, and the people got up and ran away. You know, they literally got up, 6 of them got up, they saw me coming and went, ah! And ran the other way, man. And I'm going, what's wrong with you? Ain't you got no? And anyway, so I got some of them up dancing with me, these guys, you know, and the people they didn't review, but society said the only uneasy moment of the evening is when Meatloaf went to the audience and some of the audience left. You know, I loved it. I mean, I thought it was unbelievable. And I had Bob Hope out there. I was giving Bob Hope fits because they were trying to get me off the stage. I wouldn't get off, first of all. I mean, because then the $10 seats were way up high, and I had the $10 seats going at it, you know. And Bob Hope came out, and I'm going, Bob, hey, how the hell y'all doing? And they're answering back, hey, good, you know. And so it was wild, man. And then Elizabeth Taylor, because I got Elizabeth Taylor.
What was your first reaction when you met her?
I was drunk. I was drunk. So when I met her, I put my arm around her and said, hey, Liz, baby, what's happening? Hey, look, you want to play guitar with me tonight? And she goes, I don't know anything about guitar. And I said, oh, you don't need to know nothing about guitar. Just put it on. She goes, I don't know which end's the big end and the little. And I said, well, the big end's up here with the knobs, got the strings, and the big end's down at the bottom. She says, oh, sort of like you. And I said, that's right. Now you know how to play guitar. Let's go.
Did she know who you were?
Yeah, I suppose she did.
Okay.
I don't have a clue. Then my wife came out and gave her a safety pin. Her bra strap broke. I mean, it was like it was wild. And then they ran pictures of us in Newsweek, which was unbelievable.
Yes. Do you play tennis with Mr. McEnroe?
Oh, that was unbelievable. To say, I love doing this kind of, I mean, it's like, how often, I mean, it's like fantasy land. You know, it's like going to Disneyland. I love Disneyland, like the Peter Pan rides with the little lights and stuff. But, I mean, you get to meet Elizabeth Taylor. I mean, really, I mean, it's unbelievable. And to play tennis with John McEnroe, you know, who was like maybe the best tennis player in the world.
How'd you do?
Well, he was my partner.
Oh, so you did well.
I did real good. We played against Vitas Gerulaitis and Carlos Santana. And Vitas, you know, we were playing doubles, and so McEnroe served Vitas, and Vitas hit it back, and I slammed it at Vitas' head, and it was in, and it was good. And I mean, because I practiced. I went and had professional tennis lessons, man, before I did this thing. And I slammed it at Vitas, and Vitas did this. He saw the ball go past him like this, and he looked, and he turned around and looked at me, and he went.
What happened?
They played keep away from me for 10 minutes, McEnroe and Gerulaitis. And these guys, you've never seen anything like it in your life. These guys are, you cannot imagine what they can do with a racket and a tennis ball. They can put it anywhere they want it. Unbelievable. They were hitting it over my head just high enough where I couldn't jump up and get it. They were lobbing over my head. They were hitting, I'd jump up and they'd hit it right past my shoulder. I mean, the balls were like zinging right by here. And they were like, then they did this little exhibition between themselves, like, you know, from at the mid-court line there, and they were hitting it and never letting it touch the ground. It was I couldn't believe standing on the court with these two guys was like, it was unbelievable.
Meatloaf, this
and then he tried to play guitar.
Did he play well?
McEnroe tried to play guitar with Carlos Santana. I mean, that was sort of like real bizarre.
Meatloaf, this has been a delight.
Well, I had fun, and this guy's going like this. I guess they want me to stop now.
Yeah. Thank you for
just
coming
got me
down.
wind up and going. Now I'm going to drink.
Thank you for joining the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Now
I
I'm gonna
wish
have
you
some
good
coffee.
luck.
Oh, thank you, Al.
Thank
Here,
you.
you want to see Al's hand? See, there's Al's hand. Nobody's ever seen his hand. There it is.
Good luck to you.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. That was great. I can't read sign language. You've got to write what you want me to do.
Burned out. I was looking for the red light.
A lot of exuberance.
Well, I need. Oh, okay. Just leave that there.
Tell the rotate how you got speed.
Me? Not generally. the camera, please. On the line. Camera
Close
one.
that door, will you, please?
Next camera, thank you.
Okay, you're on.
Camera three, whatever.
Yes. You have tape and speak.
Okay, you're on.
Hi, this is Meatloaf, and I may be grounded now, but on Friday night, I'll be in flight on... No, I blew it. Let me do this again.
Friday and Saturday nights, if we're going to do next.
Okay, okay.
Sit back a bit, you're out.
Oh, I can't sit
Okay,
back.
it's okay, it's okay.
I'm out of lights?
Okay,
Now
good.
I moved the
You got
chair
it.
back and now I'm in light. Hi, this is Meatloaf. And I may be grounded now because it's not Friday and it's not Saturday, but I'm going to be in flight. Oh, I did it backwards. Okay, we'll get going here in a second. No problem. Let's do this again. What? 1, 2, 3. Hi, this is Meatloaf. And I may be grounded now, but this Friday night and this Saturday night, I'm going to be in flight. And so will you if you watch Night Flight on the USA Network. Okay, now we change theories.
Okay.
Was that okay? You want to do that one again?
Do that one again.
You want to do the same thing?
More
Okay.
hesitation in the front, less hesitation in the front.
Okay, less hesitation in the front. Now let me remember my copy here. Did I say this? Okay. Let's see. Anybody know what I just said?
Said I am maybe grounded, but Fridays and Saturday nights.
Something like that. Okay, here we do it again. Okay. You ready? Okay. Hi, this is Meatloaf, and I may be grounded now, but this... Oh, no. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Friday and Saturday nights.
Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, this is Meatloaf, and I may be grounded now, but on Friday and Saturday nights, I get in flight... No, that's not what I said.
Friday and Saturday nights. I'm in flight. That's close enough. I'm in flight on night flight. But don't look back, huh?
Yeah, no, I was looking at the chair to be grounded, and then I realized it when I did.
Straight on the whole way.
Okay.
What's happening?
See, they don't like the lighting. He's leaning forward too much.
I got one. Okay.
Hey, can I see you lean forward in your position?
No, I'm fine here. I'm staying right here. Am I okay now?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're gonna
let you do that.
No, no, okay.
do your thing, man.
Okay.
I want energy in this.
Wait, don't take me. I got... Shh, shh, shh. Okay. Shh.
Tape speed?
You ready?
Come on, baby.
You say you're bored. You say there's nothing to do. You say on Friday night, Saturday night, you got nothing to do. Then you ain't flying high. You ain't watching Night Flight. You'd better. USA Network. You.
One more. Different one. Come on, introduce yourself on this one. You might not think who you are.
Oh, that's right. Well, let me do that one again. You want to do that one again, or did you like that one? Okay, here we go. Hi, this is Meatloaf. And you say you're bored. You say you got nothing to do on Friday and Saturday nights. Well, you got something to do. You got Night Flight on the USA Network. You. Hi, this is Meatloaf, and I'm never grounded because on Friday and Saturday nights, I'm in flight with Night Flight. Whoa!
One more time on the USA.
Oh, that's right. Hi, this is Meatloaf, and I'm never grounded because on Friday and Saturday nights, I'm in flight with Night Flight on the USA Network. Whoa!
Does sound okay? Ask Glasgow. Sound all right? Okay. Now we need some 1990s. All right, give me a 1990 now.
Just because it's 1983, that means that. Oh wait, whoa! Just because it's 1983.
Start clean.
Okay. Just because it's 19. One more time. Okay. Just because it's 1983 doesn't mean that you can't be in 1990. 1990 FM, USA Network, be there.
It's Radio 1990.
Oh, I don't know what it is. I don't know.
It's Radio 1990 on the USA Network.
Radio, okay, Monday through Friday. Okay, here we go.
A clean start.
Okay.
Look and introduce yourself.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Just because it's 1983 doesn't mean that you can't have Radio 1990 Monday through Friday on the USA Network. That's right, you.
One more time. Different one. line we use on 1990 is the future is here. See if you can.
Well, it's basically what I said. I just used a lot of words. This is Meatloaf, and the future is now. It's 19. Oh, wait, what? Ah.
Radio 1990. Good one.
Hi, this is Meatloaf, and the future is now in your hands, right here on radio 1990, Monday through Friday, USA Network.
Try one more like that. Less of a
Okay, less of a string. Ready? Okay, here. Hi, this is Meatloaf. What did I just say? What did I just do? I can't get the. Oh, that's right. Hi, this is Meatloaf. The future is now. Radio 1990, the USA Network, Monday through Friday. Tune. Be there. Do something with it. Hi, this is Meatloaf. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Hi, this is Meatloaf. The future is now. Radio 1990, the USA Network, Monday through Friday. Don't miss it. Or Crazy Eddie.
That's a wrap.
Let's do one more.
Okay. Want one more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. Let's do one more. Tape rolling.
The future is now. Radio 1990, Monday through Friday, USA Network. It's yours.
One more time and say on the USA Network.
That's right. Hi, this is Meatloaf. The future is now. Radio 1990 on the USA Network, Monday through Friday. It's yours.
That's a wrap. Hold it.
I was going to unplug it.